Hello, Terry Lynch here, medical doctor, accredited psychotherapist, best-selling mental health author, creator of mental health courses for mental health professionals and the general public. I want to speak briefly today to a recurring theme in relation to one area of how us human beings get hurt. I well remember the day that this first dawned on me, about 15 years ago working with a client. In relation to this type of hurt, it generally happens to people who are very conscientious, kind, good people who would never dream of deliberately hurting another person and would be very upset if they did hurt another person. The person I was working with that day was profoundly upset and hurt by something that another person had done or said to them. What particularly shocked this person was the very fact that the person would do it, would say what they did. The person I was working with just could not get their head around how someone would behave like that, because she would never behave like that. And that's the crux of the matter. Many people, and as I said, particularly really good people, kind, caring people, unconsciously assume that other people do or should have the same mentality, the same mindsets, the same approach to people in life as they do. But as I often say to clients, if you were walking down a main street of a busy city on a Saturday afternoon, you might pass 200 or 300 people, maybe a lot more. You don't talk to them, you just pass them. The chances are that among the people you pass, some of them are the nicest people you could ever meet. They would never dream of hurting another person. Some of the people who pass you on that street may be the exact opposite, may have no qualms whatsoever about hurting another person, perhaps even attacking another person. And then in between those two poles, there's the whole range of human psychology, behavior. And that is real life. That is the range of human beings among which we live. So this woman that I was working with at the time, her expectations, although understandable from her perspective, they were unrealistic. That's not how all people are. When we create expectations that are unrealistic, we are setting ourselves up for wounding, shock, hurt. Over a period of time, I helped that woman become more accepting of the reality of the range of humans that are out there. And this helped her to experience far less hurt than she typically did. Once she was able and willing to take people at face value, knowing that yes, there are some very good people out there, but there are also people out there who will deliberately hurt other people. And there are people out there who will say and do things not meaning to hurt us. But our assumptions, our interpretations, our expectations may result in us being hurt by what another person says or does without intending to hurt us. I often say to clients that people who have different mindsets, very different mindsets, in terms of how they see life, their willingness to hurt other people or not, everybody holds their own mindsets, their own approach to life, with the same conviction that that client held her mindsets, approach to life, how to deal with people. Everybody holds their way of operating in the world as being completely correct, completely right. So when dealing with people, a far better way than having expectations about how people should treat me is to take people at face value, let them reveal themselves to us, because they will, and not to be shocked by how people might treat us. If we're shocked, it's because people have treated us in a way which does not fit in with our expectations. I think it's best not to create expectations about how people should treat us, because they're going to treat us in whatever way seems appropriate to them. Obviously, when people do treat us, do relate to us in particular ways, we have the right to honour ourselves, respond from our perspective. To coincide with an article I've written for the British Association of Counselling and Psychotherapy, BACP, their Healthcare Counselling and Psychotherapy Journal, an article that I've written about working with people with a psychiatric diagnosis. I'm in the process of creating a series of courses for mental health professionals, psychologists, psychotherapists, counsellors, on that same topic, working with people with a psychiatric diagnosis. The psychiatric diagnoses have a far greater trauma and psychological input than is commonly recognised. Therapy, therefore, can have a significantly greater productive impact in working with people with these diagnoses. The first course that I'm creating will be about working with people diagnosed with depression. If you would like to be informed about when this course becomes available, comment below, message me below, and I will make sure that you are informed when this course becomes available. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.